Hey everyone, it's a girl Shauna J. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I so appreciate you being here. If this is your very first time stumbling up on my channel and you are curious to know what this channel is all about, it's quite simple. Over here, we talk about fragrances. We talk about smelling good. We are basically obsessed, well, I am obsessed with smelling good, but I like to smell good on a budget. Over here, we don't talk about spending $300, $400, $500 on perfume. If this sounds like your sort of thing, if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on perfumes, but you want to smell really, really good, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell just so you are notified every single time your girl uploads a new video. I would really appreciate that. Welcome to the family. Well, now that we've gotten that out of the way, if you follow my channel, you already know that 99.999% of my videos are about budget-friendly fragrances, cheap fragrances, how to smell good on a budget. As a matter of fact, those are the kind of videos that does extremely well on my channel. So today we are just gonna simply continue on that journey. The only difference with today's video is that I'm gonna speak about one particular fragrance house. I know I rarely ever do that on my channel, but I feel as though this company is so deserving. Now, the name of the company that I'm talking about is JULIANNA'S Perfume. The other thing that's a little different about this video is that it is sponsored by JULIANNA'S Perfume. This is my very first of all these years that I've been on YouTube. This is my very first sponsorship. I'm very careful about who I work with. I'm really, really careful about that. I want to make sure that whatever company I work with or whatever company I talk about on my channel fits the bill. I want to make sure that they understand my channel and that they understand that I'm very picky with the kind of information or the kind of companies that I work with, okay? Because this is my brand and that's very, very important to me. But JULIANNA'S Perfume, they have really made an impression on me, especially now that I'm familiar with their products. I do have a couple of perfumes here that I want to share with you guys, of course, but before we jump into those, let me just share a couple of things that you may need to know about this company. First of all, JULIANNA'S Perfume is a dupe house. For those of you guys who don't know, so basically they create fragrances that are inspired by other very expensive fragrances. So they do dupe a lot of niche fragrances, hard to find fragrances, fragrances that we can't really afford, and basically sell them at a very reasonable price. From what I see, most of the fragrances cost either $59 or $69, way better than the $300 or the $400 or $500 price tag you would pay to smell as good as these fragrances. Now, another thing that I find very special about JULIANNA'S Perfume, and I've never really heard another company do this, is that they have a polling system on their website where the customers basically let JULIANNA'S Perfume know what perfume they want to release next. So instead of them just pulling perfumes out of thin air, they allow us to tell them what fragrance to release next, which is very, very helpful. The next thing that I want you guys to check out is the packaging. Just take a look at this packaging. It is just so exquisite. It looks so expensive. It looks so sleek. I knew it was gonna be nice, but it's just a whole different experience when you actually touch it. It's just not the same when you see it on YouTube or Instagram. I mean, it's just so beautiful in person. It gets even better as you open it. When you get the package, this is what it's gonna look like. You have the big bottle. I'm gonna call this the big bottle because it is the bigger bottle. I love the bottle itself, very sleek, very compact. It's not gonna take up a whole lot of space in your perfume collection. That's very important to me because girls, y'all know I have a lot of perfumes. Something that I find really cute is that when you remove the big bottle, there's this little sample bottle right in the back, and it's basically a little sample of what's in the big bottle. What they want us to do, they want us to be mindful. We're not gonna waste anything. So this is basically a little sample size. You could try it out, see how you feel about the fragrance. So instead of using the big bottle, you're gonna use the sample to see if you like it or not. Just in case you have to return it, they don't have to trash the whole thing. Another thing that I find to be so amazing is the fact that you get 2 huge size samples. These aren't small samples. You get 2 samples of your choice. So when you make the purchase, they're gonna ask you what samples you want to receive, and you're gonna tell them what samples you want to receive, and you're gonna receive 2. These are the 2 that I chose. Okay, so I think this is just so amazing. If at any point throughout this video you decide that, oh, I want to make a purchase, there's gonna be a 10% off discount code that I'm probably gonna put somewhere along here. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into these fragrances. The very first one that I'm gonna start with is one of my favorites of all these fragrances. I've been wearing this one non-stop. I even posted this one on my Instagram. I've been really enjoying this one. There's a reason why everybody loves this fragrance. It is called Inner Beauty. Now, this is a dupe for Delina. If you follow me over on Instagram, you probably remember me doing a little video where I went into Nordstrom and tried out Delina, and I wasn't really crazy about it. I was like, I mean, what's the hype really? I decided to get a sample of Delina itself, and just like that, I went through the sample. I freaking fell in love with that fragrance. After I went through that sample, I went through a little phase where I actually thought about buying Delina because that's how much I really liked it, but I just could not bring myself to buy that bottle of perfume. It's just way too expensive, and because I have so many fragrances in my collection, it just wouldn't make any type of sense to me. But I really wanted to own that perfume so bad. So when Julianna's Perfume told me to choose a couple of fragrances, of course I chose Inner Beauty because, like I said, it's a dupe for Delina, and let me tell you, it is a spot on dupe. When you're wearing this fragrance, you won't be able to tell the difference. Now, the dominant notes that I get here are rose, lychee, rhubarb, you get vanilla, you get some woodsy notes and some musky notes in the base. But I think what stands out the most to me is the combination of the rose, the lychee, and the rhubarb. So the rose here is very clean, it's fresh, it smells pink, it's very feminine. You have that combination of the rhubarb and the lychee that gives it this beautiful tart, fruity type of scent, and then in comes that beautiful sweet, warm, creamy vanilla, and in the end the musk and the woodsy notes come in. It's just a masterpiece. Like, if I'm being completely honest, my husband is literally crazy about this one. I have to wear this one to bed. He really likes it, and I don't blame him because it just smells so good. He literally asked for this one by name because I've been wearing this one constantly. The other day I went shopping and I decided that I was gonna wear this scent because I was feeling all feminine and girly, and I just wanted to smell good. These are all extrait de parfums, which means that they are pretty long lasting and they have like a lot of throws, so they are very strong. So I think a couple of sprays is just about enough. I did 4, and let me tell you, it was probably a little bit too much. But I really love that because I'm not even used to fragrances behaving like that. That's definitely another plus that I really enjoy about these fragrances. If you're like me and you've been lusting after Delina, you want to own that perfume, give Inner Beauty a try. It's an exact dupe. It is super long lasting. You will not be disappointed. I love this one so much. It's just so good. This is Inner Beauty, and this is an awesome dupe for Delina by Parfums de Marly. The next one that I want to share with you guys actually came in the same box, but this is a sample. This one is called Inner Beauty Exclusive, and this is a dupe for Delina Exclusive. I messed up so bad on this one. Instead of asking for a big bottle, I opted for a sample because I just wasn't sure if I was gonna like the exclusive version as much as I like the original Delina. Oh my god, messed up so bad. This one is freaking amazing. There's just something so pretty and just so youthful and just so beautiful about the exclusive version. Most of the notes are the same. They kept the rose, they kept the lychee, so it does have the same Delina DNA, but I noticed that in here we don't have the rhubarb, and I think that makes quite a difference. There's just something a little bit more lighthearted about this one, a little bit more fresh, and I find the vanilla here just to be a little bit more prominent. And this one just makes you think about the color pink. It makes you want to put on a cute pink dress, some pink lip gloss, let your hair down. I don't have no hair, but that's okay. It's just so amazing, and I'm definitely gonna have to get myself a big bottle of this one because it is just so good and it is so long lasting. All these fragrances, I don't want to keep saying that throughout this video, but just to let you know, all these fragrances are super long lasting, not just long lasting, super long lasting, and they really project so nicely. So this one is Inner Beauty exclusive, and this is of course a dupe for Delina exclusive. Gorgeous, amazing scent. Another sample that I received in the same box is this one right here. Now this fragrance has a very naughty name. It's called Bad Bitch. It's supposed to be a dupe for Rouge Malachite. I'm gonna do my best to describe what I'm smelling when I smell this one and what it reminds me of, because it does remind me of a fragrance that I already have in my collection. I'm just gonna spray it out here. I'm getting a very clean, fresh, musky tuberose kind of scent. It smells very expensive. It smells quite exquisite. The more I wear this one, the more it does remind me of Alien by Mugler. I went back to the nose to see if maybe there's jasmine in this scent, but there's no jasmine in this scent. But if you've ever experienced Alien by Mugler, you already know what this smells like, but it smells way more expensive, way more elevated. So I really like this one. I think it smells great. Very musky. It does have like a slight grapey jasmine type of scent, very reminiscent of Alien. The fact that they call this fragrance Bad Bitch makes so much sense. It smells very assertive. It does have a rather unique, out of this world kind of scent. Very long lasting, very luxurious kind of scent. I would say this is perfect for like date night or something like that, but you could get away with wearing this one like to the office or something like that, as long as you spray it very lightly. So yeah, this one is called Bad Bitch, and it's a dupe for Rouge Malachite. So if you like Rouge Malachite but you don't want to spend all that coins, definitely check out Bad Bitch. Okay, so the next fragrance that I have here is called Red Carpet Affair, and this is a dupe for Angelique Noir by Guerlain. Now this fragrance right here is something special. I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I chose this one, but I'm so happy that I chose this one, and I'm so glad that I chose a big bottle, because this fragrance right here is special and it is big bottle worthy. The dominant notes that I get from this one personally are Angelica, pear, and vanilla. Those are the notes that I'm able to pick up in this fragrance. Now, I'm not really familiar with Angelica. Like, I don't have a lot of fragrances in my collection with that note, so I had to do a little bit of research in order to figure out what I was smelling. According to Fragrantica, Angelica belongs to the greens, herbs, and fougères group. That totally makes sense, because what I'm getting here is a beautiful green, slightly herbal, slightly bitter type of scent. Very pretty. I'm also getting some supporting florals, which are on the clean, fresher side. Now the magic happens once the vanilla comes in. It's sweet, it's smooth, it's warm, it's creamy. I've never really experienced this sort of scent profile. I could have never imagined that green notes would go so well with like a sweet, creamy vanilla, but it definitely works. It's so beautiful, and the fact that they call this one Red Carpet Affair just makes so much sense. It smells so special. This smells like something a celebrity would be caught wearing, because it just smells so unique. It smells so out of the box. It just smells so good. It's giving expensive perfume vibes. This sprays is all you need. I think I will probably wear this one when I'm getting all dressed up and looking all nice. That's probably how I would treat this fragrance. Beautiful scent. This is called Red Carpet Affair, and it's a dupe for Angelique Noir by Guerlain. The sample that I got along with the Red Carpet Affair is Inner Beauty, which is the Delina dupe, so we don't have to go over that. Now the second sample that I received in this box is called A Night to Remember, and this is a dupe for Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Now that fragrance I'm very familiar with, because I have a lot of samples, and sometimes depending on the Sephora that you go into, they have samples of that one so you could try it out. And I've tried that one many times, so I'm very familiar with what Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy smells like. And let me say, this is a spot on dupe. I can't find anything different between the two fragrances, so that's that. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, who's never tried Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, that fragrance is a very sweet, fluffy, marshmallow, orange blossom, musky bomb. Sometimes it could come off smelling a bit, I don't know, juvenile, but at the same time, it feels very sophisticated because of that musky undertone that it has. But if you like fragrances that are very sweet and sugary and smells absolutely fluffy and divine, you will definitely like this scent. Now, there's no marshmallow in this fragrance, so I'm not really sure how they managed to leave the marshmallow out. I think they kind of substitute the marshmallow for sugar, but it doesn't matter. It smells exactly like Love Don't Be Shy. What I love about this fragrance is that it is not to be taken too seriously. You could wear this one shopping, you could wear this one to Netflix and chill. Whenever I smell this one, it just makes me think about having a good time. That's kind of like the vibe that I get from this fragrance. Their version of the scent is just on point, and it is just so amazing, super long lasting, just stunning. Okay guys, so I'm gonna open up another box. I'm gonna remove this big one. This one is called Call Me Your Name. Call Me Your Name. Still trying to wrap my brain around that. Call Me Your Name is a dupe for Gourmand Coquin. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me tell you a little bit about this fragrance. First of all, this is a chocolatey type of fragrance. So if you like chocolate, or if you're looking for a good chocolate fragrance, this is one to look into. Now, interestingly, when I spray this out, I get Tootsie Roll, which made me very excited. Some people may see that as a negative. I see that as a full-on blown positive, because when I tell you that the first blast smells exactly like Tootsie Roll, I mean, chewed up in the mouth Tootsie Roll, that's what it smells like. It's amazing. I love that. Now, it doesn't really stay that way. It does get a little bit more complex as time goes on, and I would say that it kind of transforms from being a soft, chewy chocolate candy into a more dusty, chocolatey, floral, musky scent. That's basically what I get here. The other day I was trying these fragrances, and I had on two fragrances at the same time, and I was like, oh my god, that smells amazing. And what was going on is that I was wearing Call Me Your Name, which is a dupe for Gourmand Coquin, and A Night to Remember, which is a dupe for Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Okay, so it's like chocolate and sugar / marshmallow. That's kind of like the vibe that I was getting. So they smell very good together. So I'm gonna pair these two together, and I know I'm just gonna smell so good. Anyway, guys, we have more fragrances that we gotta look at. This is Call Me Your Name, and it's a dupe for Gourmand Coquin. The second sample that came in this box is called In the Mood, and it's a dupe for Oud Satin Mood. Oud Satin Mood is a fragrance that a lot of people talk about, and I was very curious about it because, like I said, it's such a popular scent, and it seems as though everybody who comes across that fragrance really likes it. From what I'm smelling here, this is like a musky, rosy, woody type of scent. Very dry, very woody, very earthy, but it does have that rose that comes in and saves the day. If you follow my channel, you already know I love me some rose. I've tried this one a couple of times, and my opinion is always the same. This is something that I would put on my husband. I don't think it feels like me, and it definitely has that woody niche vibe, which is usually not my vibe, okay? But it's still a very pleasant scent. In the next box, I have Liquid Gold. Okay, so this is a really nice fragrance. Also very hyped up. A lot of people were talking about this scent, and a lot of people are still talking about this scent. This is actually a dupe for Gentle Fluidity Gold. What I love about this fragrance is the vibe that it gives off. You know, it's giving me rich vibes, it's giving me niche vibes. definitely not screaming regular chick type of perfume. Okay, so if you're looking for a fragrance like that, this is definitely one to look into. It's not a fragrance that I would deem to be mass appealing. Like, you have to definitely be into perfumes, you have to understand fragrances, and you especially have to be into niche fragrances, because this is giving like niche vibes for sure. This is like a slightly sweet, creamy, spiced vanilla, a bit on the woodsy, musky side. It does make me think of liquid gold. It's kind of weird, but it's hard not to see that image when you smell this perfume. Liquid gold does run in the same vein as Roses Vanille by Mancera and Crystal Rose. So it has that kind of scent. It feels very subtle, it's very warm, it's very inviting, it's sultry, it's sexy. It's the kind of fragrance I would probably wear when it's a bit cooler or colder outside because of how warm it is. If you've been fantasizing about gentle fluidity gold, definitely look into this fragrance. It is absolutely beautiful, but very taste specific. I have two samples here. This is Call Me Your Name, which we already spoke about, and we have this one right here, which is called Dark Opulence. This is a dupe for Tonka Imperial. The first thing I thought when I smelled this fragrance was, oh my god, almond. Okay, almond, sweet, delicious, nutty, creamy almond. So amazing. I've never ever experienced a more delectable, delicious almond note ever in a fragrance. When I tell you it's super delicious, it is super delicious. Now, that delicious almond note is sort of short-lived because in comes the cinnamon and the incense, so it became real spicy, not in a bad way or anything like that, but it was enough for me to notice, and for me to notice that it did overpower the almond a little bit. We also get the tonka bean, which adds a little bit of a nutty, spicy feel to the fragrance. This is another fragrance that I do consider to be unisex, but it's a really nice fragrance. Definitely worth checking out. Okay guys, so we are basically down to the last box. Okay, I'm having so much fun with this video. These fragrances are just so amazing. This one is called Rebellious, and this is a dupe for Good Girl Gone Bad. I'm still trying to figure out if I really like this one or if I don't like this one. Now, this is more or less a floral scent. It feels very floral. It's a bit fresh and clean, but not overly so. There's just something here that's preventing this fragrance from being like totally clean and fresh, and that's because it has like a lot of earthy notes and tones to it. Call me weird, but this kind of smells like what soil smells like after it's been raining. That's not really a bad scent, but I don't know if I want to smell like that. It does have a chic classic feel to it. Definitely not something you smell on just anyone. That's just the vibe that I'm getting from this fragrance. So this is Rebellious, and this is a dupe for Good Girl Gone Bad. One of the samples that I received here is called Oud Orange Imperial. This fragrance has a beautiful combination of notes. In the top we have fruity notes and coconut. In the heart we have bourbon vanilla, and in the base we have vanilla, agarwood, and musk. Okay, so Oud Orange Imperial is actually a dupe for Oud Orange Intense. I'm gonna say that this fragrance right here is probably one of the most complex fragrances within this group. At first, I just did not know how to feel about it because I just didn't know what to make of the fragrance. But within a couple of minutes, it started to morph into this beautiful tropical fruity coconut blend, and I really started to enjoy the fragrance. The original Oud Orange Intense fragrance is often compared to Miami Glow by Jennifer Lopez, and I must say that this Julianna's perfume also smells very similar to Miami Glow by Jennifer Lopez, but there are some subtle differences. It does smell a bit more complex. It's hard to imagine anyone not liking that fragrance. The last sample that I have here is called Sex on Fire, and this is a dupe for Absolute Aphrodisiac. This is one of those fragrances that definitely has that niche vibe, and it definitely feels unisex to me. The dominant notes that I'm getting from this one are the vanilla, the amber, and the labdanum. So it's like a slightly sweet, creamy vanilla with some amber and some musky, woodsy type of undertone. So basically that's what I'm getting from this scent. It seems to me that this falls more on the masculine side. I mean, it could just be me. I like super girly fragrances, so you may not agree with that, but that's basically what I'm getting from this scent. So another fragrance that is super long lasting. If I spray on a bunch of these fragrances, what's gonna leave last is gonna be this fragrance. Super long lasting. So that is pretty much it for me. I so enjoyed doing this video, and I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you guys are familiar with Juliana's Perfume, let me know if you own any fragrances from this company. I would love to hear your opinion. If you're like me and you have expensive taste but you don't like to spend a lot of coins, definitely check Juliana's Perfume out. Don't forget to check the description box. I do have a coupon code, and I do have their website, so if you want to go check out their website and all that good stuff, all the information will be in the description box. Juliana's Perfume, thank you so much for giving me the honor to review your fragrances. They are absolutely amazing. Okay guys, so that is it for me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next upload. Bye.